All right, we are live. Let's get right into the preview of the Charlotte Roval, which will be back next year. A lot of people excited about that. A lot of people disappointed about that. Of course, this is a cutoff race. So I did put up the poll question, who below the cut line do you think will get in? Right now, Tyler Reddick at -2 is leading with 36%. Bubba Wallace at -9 is at 9%. Ross Chastain at -10 at 27%. And Kyle Fleckenbush at -26 is 25%. So I'll keep that poll up and we will get into the preview. So vote on that poll if you would like to. But since 2020, Tyler Reddick, Alex Bowman, Joey Logano, Chris Buescher have your best average finish at the Charlotte Roval. Tyler Reddick, of course, also has the poll for this one. His average finish is 7.3. Alex Bowman is 9.0. Joey Logano, 9.0 as well. 9.7 for Chris Buescher. Clint Boyer, obviously not in this race or even in the booth at 10.0. He is followed by Eric Jones at 10.3, Chase Elliott 11.0, Denny Hamlin 11.0, Christopher Bell is also 11.0, William Byron also 11.0. 11.0, super popular since 2020. Only 3 races here since then. Kyle Busch 12.3, Ryan Blaney 13.3, Bubba Wallace 14.0. So this is actually one of Bubba Wallace's better tracks, although he is not typically thought of as a road course racer. For whatever reason, this one sort of suits him, as you saw, because I think he qualified in the top 5. An interesting thing about that qualifying, too, by the way, Ty Dillon didn't get to get his final lap because Denny Hamlin wrecked on course, costing him a chance at the pole, I reckon. But let's see here. Who else? Brad Keselowski, he's in the chase. So his average finish is 17.3. Martin Truex Jr. 17.7 here. And Kyle Larson's average finish here is 18.0. So some of your chase drivers are well down the standings as to where they finish here on average. But let's go to previous winners, because that's always something you want to look at. Since 2020, previous winners have included Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and Chase Elliott. Most top 10s in that time frame. 2 apiece for Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Christopher Buescher, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, and Christopher Bell. And let's go to laps led, because that's one statistic I do like to look at that usually tells you who's actually really good there. Chase Elliott with 59 laps led leads the way. 57 for Fast Willie B, William Byron, Big Hat Bill, whatever you want to call him. Joey Logano at 31, AJ Allmendinger at 29, Denny Hamlin at 25, Kyle Busch also at 25, then 24 for Ryan Blaney, and 21 for Tyler Reddick. Nobody else has over 10 laps led at this particular course. And if you go to the average rating of all that stuff together, you got William Byron, should be your favorite according to the numbers since 2020, followed by Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, and Joey Logano. And I think those are pretty good picks right there. I just have a feeling that Kyle Busch has got a good chance to win this race. Tyler Reddick probably has the faster car, but I just feel like if you get Kyle Busch to the front, and I'm just going with like a gut feeling, I think it's going to be either Kyle Busch or Tyler Reddick that wins this race today, but you can't discount William Byron or Chase Elliott by the numbers. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Also, if he can get 2 stage wins, that'll give him a chance to point his way in. Obviously, though, he is in a win or get in situation. All right, let's look at the odds real quick. Tyler Reddick is your favorite at plus 375. Chase Elliott plus 625, according to BetMGM for entertainment purposes only. And plus 950 for AJ Allmendinger, plus 1,000 for Christopher Bell, plus 11,000 for Willie B, 1,300 for Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, and Daniel Suarez, 1,400 for James Dennis Allen Hamlin, 1,700 for Truex, and 1,800 for Michael McDowell. Michael McDowell has been a terror on these road courses, so don't count him out. I kind of like that action right there. Ty Gibbs has a fast car. Didn't get to put in the lap he wanted, though, plus 2,000. His average finish here isn't great, but he's only had 1 race here, and that wasn't in a full season of competition, so I wouldn't count him out. Joe Logano plus 2,500. Not a bad pick right there. Ryan Blaney, a previous winner, plus 4,500. Pretty good action there. Chris Buescher, plus 3,500 as well. The Roush Fenway Keselowski racing cars have been good. And if you want to know the qualifying order, let's see here. That's the points. Here we go. Tyler Reddick's on the pole. Christopher Bell is second. Daniel Suarez is third. This is qualifying, right? Yeah, qualifying. Yeah, Daniel Suarez is third. Bubba Wallace is fourth. Kyle Busch is fifth. AJ Allmendinger is going to roll out sixth. Joe Logano seventh. Chase Elliott eighth. Denny Hamlin ninth. And 10th is going to be Ty Gibbs, who, like I said, didn't get to complete that final lap to try to go for the pole. So we don't know how much speed he's actually got. Denny Hamlin either, because he wrecked in his qualifying lap as well. And then down here at the bottom is kind of the story. Kyle Larson, he wrecked the car in practice and didn't get to make a qualifying lap. So he will roll off 36th, only plus 15 above the cut line. Speaking of that, I guess we should go over that real quick too. So let's see. Larson is going to be plus 15, plus 2 for Keselowski, plus 17 for Truex, plus 19 for Buescher, plus 22 for Christopher Bell. Denny Hamlin, I guess mathematically could get eliminated, but he's plus 50, so I think he's in. But Bell, Buescher, Truex, Larson, and Keselowski, 22 to plus 2 is the range there, so none of them are technically really safe. Then you got, like, as you can see on the poll, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, and Kyle Busch are the ones looking to get in. Minus 26 for Kyle Busch. The other ones, of course, can point their way in. All right, let's jump into the chat, see what you guys think, who's going to win, who's going to get in on points and stuff like that. So let's jump in here and see what you guys are talking about. Joe Bob, what's up? Good to have you on here, my friend. He is a member. SVG won the Bathurst 1000. Let's go, says B. That's awesome. Where's all the Burger Crew at? Wake up, beautiful people. Let's go. Let's see. Happy race day. Let's go, Rowdy, says Jenna. Everyone's writing Kyle Busch off. Yeah, like I think a lot of people are. I wouldn't quite write him off just yet. I think he's got a really good chance. I watch him go win like Sam Mayer did yesterday. Yeah, heck of a win. I didn't get to see the race, but heck of a win for Sam Mayer. So good for him. And we are here for it, says B. That's because they're not a loyal fan. I've never written them off. I've been a Rowdy fan since 08. What's up, Evie, and everyone else? What's up, T-Van? Good to see you on here. For sure, KB's not that guy you want to back up against the wall. I think KB needs to be paired with his old crew chief, says T-Van. Kyle Busch even admitted he got to drive this car way different. He's been at fault for some stuff. Rowdy got humbled by the car, says Jen Allison. Yeah, I remember when they first went to radial tires. It took Dale Sr. a long time to get used to the radial tire because he was so used to the, I guess, bias fly or whatever it was, whatever it was back in the day. Him and Adam Stevens, says B. He did get 2 with Stevens in 2015, says Jenna. No matter what, I just think it'd be so flipping cool for RCR to get one. They haven't won since 93. Actually 94, but yeah, close enough. Dale Earnhardt, says B, and I put Junior LOL. So I was actually commenting on those ones. Let's see. Here's a coffee for you, BB. Appreciate you, Jenna. Always good to have a warm beverage in the morning. It's kind of chilly here today. It's like 60 something outside, which is freezing in the south. Got the old hoodie on. I feel like Byron always runs better than he finishes at the Roval. Always something screws him. Reddick dumped him, got screwed with the Elliott bumper cover nonsense. Look for the 24 to put it together. Yeah, he's had a lot. I'm with you, say Kyle. I actually do agree with you. He's had a lot of good runs there and hasn't gotten the win. So at some point he's going to break through and get that win. But he's definitely been really good there. Obviously, as we saw the numbers a minute ago. Brickyard Brickhead, what's up? Shy, what's going on? Joshua Jenkins, what's up? Rodney, what's going on? At least it's not like the 600 this year. It's dry. So yeah, I was up there with Rodney at the 600, and it just it wouldn't stop raining. Like at least they canceled that one early. That's all I can say about that one. But we had a good time. We had a good time visiting the Lionel store and other stuff like that. So it was a good time either way. Let's see. What's up, Brickyard? Says say Kyle. What's up, Rodney? Good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Kyle Busch just needs a change of luck, says Shaw. Yeah, he's had some rough luck, so that's not deniable. All of RCR actually has had some rough luck. Austin Dillon has had rough luck basically all season, and Kyle Busch most recently. He started off hot, but then he's hit a rough patch here. Kyle Busch just needs a change of luck. Roofer is in the house. T-Van saying Roofer in the house. What's up, Roofer? Let's see. Bubba stays on the bubble, which is why I refer to him as Bubble, says Jamie Schweitzer. T-Van, he does seem that him and Daniel Suarez, for whatever reason, him and Suarez always seem to be right there at the cutoff line just about every single year, except for last year when Suarez won a race. T-Van's going with the Melon Man for the checkers. So, yeah, I didn't I do need to look at his because I don't remember him from being up here. Where is Chastain? Where is Chastain's numbers? Ooh, not good. Ross Chastain, average finish of 30th. He has led 3 laps though, so there is that. But yeah, for whatever reason, not a good track for Chastain. So we'll have to see if he can overcome that today, overcome the statistical numbers. I dreamed KB got in by 2 points and Reddick by 6, says Jenna Allison. So yeah, that's the other question. If they get in, who is out? Like, who do you have going out? That could easily be the flip of that. Because, like you said, no driver is safe. Anybody that has trouble at all, like Denny Hamlin, that spin when he ran off course, he went violently over those humps. If that damaged something underneath the car, even 50 points, statistically, somebody could have a perfect race. And I don't know. I guess everybody would have to have a perfect race, though. So I don't know. Denny Hamlin seems pretty safe. But if something happened underneath that car, it could make it interesting. Howdy from Kazakhstan. Go Ross Go, says Robin Marks. Yeah, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Not one of his better tracks, but he has led 3 laps here. So he obviously knows how to get around it. I would imagine it's been mechanical or he's gotten into somebody else's. Some of the carbon fiber on the undercarriage, says say Kyle. Yeah, talking about the Denny Hamlin spin. I think it could be something they might have to repair. Going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. Let's see. Good afternoon, everyone. Says Camaro 50. What's up, Camaro 50? It's in the 50s in Indiana. Time to have 3 different seasons in one day for sure. It is starting to get to that point. What's up, EB Roofer? Say Kyle and T-Van says Glockopus. What's up, Glockopus? Good to see you on here. Who do you predict to come in 8th and last? Who do I predict to get into the playoffs? I do think somebody below the cut line. I think somebody above the cut line is going to have trouble. Who that is, I don't know. But I think one of these guys down here does get in. I feel like Kyle Busch has a good chance of winning this race. I feel like he's one of them that could get in, and I feel like Tyler Reddick is another one that could get in. I don't know. Bubba Wallace has a fast car too, and Ross Chastain, you can never count him out. I mean, it's almost we're getting close to the anniversary of the Hell Melon, so I don't know. Those guys are all good drivers, so I feel like I don't know. It's hard to count any of them out. So I think it's going to be an interesting race. It's been a chaotic round, so I would expect nothing less but chaos today. Or it could go 180, and it could be the most boring race we've ever seen. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do think one of the drivers below the cut line does get in. RCR baby, says Jenna Allison. Hey Glock says won't be anyone going to Phoenix for the championships. I don't know if I'm going to make it out this year. I'm going to try to, but we'll have to see how that plays out. But definitely one of the best races I've ever been to is going to a race at Phoenix. If you've never experienced it, definitely go check it out. Bucky to the rear, just because, says Jenna Allison. Bubba makes it in today, says Clay Phillips. He's got a good chance. He's got a really good race car, and like I said, from the numbers, this is not one of his worst tracks by any means. Average finish of 14th, which is pretty good for an average finish. So I think amongst the playoff drivers, Bubba Wallace has going to average finish again. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has the eighth best average finish of the playoff drivers in there with that average finish of 14. So a lot of people were surprised he qualified well here. I was not. This is actually a good track for him, even though he's not. He doesn't really like road courses. Let's just say it like it is. I'm saying and hoping Hamlin is last, says T-Van. Look, it could be he went pretty violently over the turtles there, and so or the curbs or whatever. and he could have damaged something underneath that car. So it's definitely a good chance that he hurt something underneath the car. I was hoping Parker would get it done yesterday, but it's still a good season for the team. I did see the finish there for fifth place or whatever. What a finish for fifth place. A lot of people are memeing that it looked like the car's finish when Lightning McQueen stuck his tongue out or whatever. But yeah, he did everything he could do yesterday, and it just didn't work out for him. But he's had a good season in that car. He went out in good company. You know, Josh Berry went out there with him. So I mean, and Sam Mayer did what he had to do to get into the next round. So it was a good race all the way around, and nothing to hang your head about. Let's see here. Who do you predict to finish in last place today? Says James. Oh, that's a good question. I didn't look at that. By the numbers, Brennan Poole, John Hunter Nemechek, Timmy Hill, Ryan Newman, Garrett Smithley, Matt Kenseth, J.J. Yaley, Loris Hesmans, Joey Hand, Josh Williams, Scott Heckert, Josh Balicki. I think Josh Balicki is in this race. So maybe Josh Balicki, Todd Gilliland, average finish of 30.0. So Josh Balicki, Todd Gilliland, or Ross Chastain. Flip a coin. That's by the numbers. Those are the ones with the worst finishes there. I think Mike Rockenfeller's in this race too. He's down there too at average finish of 29.0. Harrison Burton, another one who would be a contender for that at 28. Average finish of 28. And oh my gosh, Michael McDowell, average finish at 25th here. He's been a demon on the road courses, but this one not lining up for him. So those would be your candidates. Pick whichever one. I just go statistically, so I don't offend anybody. I just go statistically. So I think it was Balicki or Todd Gilliland, one or the other. Both have about the average worst average finish. I got Reddick winning today, says Joshua Jenkins. That's definitely a good solid pick. He's got the fastest car, it looks like, but I think Kyle Busch said he just missed his qualifying lap by a little bit, so I feel like he's right there with him. And obviously, last year Reddick in this car was absolutely dynamite. So I would expect RCR still has some good speed for the road courses. BB, if Rowdy wins or gets in, I will send you $100, says Jen Allison. That would be really cool, but I'm not going to hold you to that. It's just going to be really cool if he gets in. But I would appreciate it. But I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to hold you to that. Let's see. The world today sucks. I've shut off the news and gone back in time. I've been watching the 1995 NASCAR full season. I've watched all up to 94. Jeff Gordon just won Rockingham. Next is Richmond. Says Robin Marks. That was a pretty good season. I think was that a Jeff Gordon year? Did Jeff Gordon get? No, that was Terry Labonte won the championship that year, I want to say. So I'm thinking that's a Terry Labonte year. Bubba just needs to keep his nose clean, in my opinion, says Clay Phillips. Yeah, if he just has a clean race, that's all you can do here. Let's go Buckshot, says Bumblebee. The world today is pretty sad. It is a rough one. Peace to you all, says Jenna Allison. Without question, it's been a rough patch. It's been a rough patch for the world. There's no doubt about that one. Newman is in this, or maybe we're just getting older and the world was always like this. I don't know, but it definitely isn't as fun as it was. But definitely peace to everybody. Newman is in this race. Says T Vance. There you go. Newman is in the race. So there you go. Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman has to be the pick to finish last there. Let's see. I forgot about Heseman. Spelling. Did you see the 27 team go bust, or are they still trying to make select starts? I have no clue what happened over there with Hesburgh Racing or whatever it was called. T-Van, he ran the 66 yesterday for Carl Long. Says Bumblebee, oh good Lord, I had the 34 in my garage. Gonna have to change that now. Says see Kyle. So yeah, it's I was surprised by that too. It has to be like mechanical failure or something. Like that dude is so good at road courses. It has to be like mechanical failure or just something crazy like that. How did Ty Dillon end up behind Larson in qualifying? Says Shaw. I don't know. I guess his car broke before Larson's did, or he wrecked before Larson did. I never saw that on qualifying on Sling TV Blue. By the way, I got Sling TV Blue so I can get USA basically. And now every time I watch YouTube, all I see for advertisements on YouTube is Fubo TV. So Fubo is mad, like crazy offended that I've got Sling TV. So they're really trying to get my dollars over there at Fubo. So good aggressive marketing by them, I guess. Thank you, B, says Jen Allison. Shy, he didn't get a lap. Then he wrecked while he was on track. Says B. Talking about Ty Gibbs, yeah, for sure. I bet if Bubba wins today, Charlotte resident Michael Jordan wags his tongue afterwards, says Jamie Schweitzer. Oh, no doubt, dude. Jordan is super all in on the team right now, so it's really good to see that he basically sold at least most of his shares of the Charlotte Hornets, and he seems to be way more focused on the racing side of things right now. Bumblebee really, so he gets no lap. Seems odd. Yeah, it was a big controversy during qualifying yesterday, so it was pretty interesting. He didn't get a lap. Time in was what I was trying to say. LOL, says B. You will never find peace watching and believing corporate television, says Jay Santos. I believe the Bumblebee. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you. I believe the Bumblebee. Okay, that makes sense. Television tells lies to your vision, says Jenna Allison. Yeah, that's pretty much what they do. All acting is a form of lying at some level. At the end of the day, it's called television programming for a reason, says Jay Santos. Let's see. You got to give Jordan props. I'm sure it wasn't just me who thought he would be an absent owner. Dude is at a ton of races. Yeah, he. So like, I don't know if anybody remembers, but like back in the day, he actually talked about how him and his dad would actually go to a bunch of the races back in the day, and he was a Cale Yarborough fan. So he's been a fan of the number 11. And Denny Hamlin would always go to, like, I used to have season tickets to the Charlotte Hornets. And I would always go, and Denny Hamlin is always sitting, like, courtside, like, right behind or right near the actual team. So him and Jordan, I guess, struck up I would imagine it was over the number 11. But anyway, they struck up a friendship. So I never thought he would buy a team, but I knew the roots were there. Once the rumor originally came out, I was like, I don't think it's real, but it's not as crazy as people would think it to be. And then when they started linking Denny Hamlin's name to it, I was like, this thing has some legs and it might happen. And of course, it obviously did happen. But I knew, like, if he was watching racing that far back then, and he does have a motorcycle racing team also. But I knew if he bought into it, he would probably be a lot more interested in it because I feel like he's accomplished everything he ever wanted to accomplish in basketball. And just over the course of doing that for so long, like he's probably, I'm not going to say he's done with basketball, but he probably doesn't have that same like desire. Like he probably gets bored with basketball stuff at this point in his life. Like he just understands it at such a higher level. Like racing would probably be more fun to him because there's still new things for him in racing. So it doesn't really surprise me that he's at the track as much as he is. And I think there will be a time where you see him almost like Richard Petty, like always at the track all the time. Stu Putty says this track needs to be half dirt, and they should add a jump and an entrance at pit road. I work. That's all I do. Mom, I work, mom, and race, says B. I have the answer for the question about qualifying, says Dr. Plus. According to the rule book, the car with the higher owner's points standing among the two that couldn't complete their laps should be given the higher position. Okay, so it goes back to points. That's pretty cool. That is what's up. How do you find the rule? Or you might have seen that in an article. I wish NASCAR would post the actual rule book online too. They probably wouldn't like it because people would actually read it, and they don't want people to see what's in the rule book. But I wish NASCAR would post the Cup Series rule book online. Back in the day, you used to actually be able to buy them. So I don't know. I saw Jordan at Talladega last week, says Rodney Collier. Yeah, he looked like he had a Supreme security detail with him too. That was pretty funny. He's almost as well protected as 46 there. I do the same EV at least until I hit Powerball, says say Kyle. I find myself rooting for MJ, but not Bubba, says Jenna Allison. So yeah, Bubba Wallace, polarizing. Not everybody likes him, and not everybody hates him. But people feel one way or the other. You either like him or you don't. He's kind of like Kyle Busch. You either like him or you don't. Who's another? Denny Hamlin, you either like him or you don't. Joey Logano, you either like him or you don't. He's just one of those drivers. MJ was so bored. He tried baseball, says Shaw. Yeah, that's that's what I'm saying. Like basketball to him, I feel like he figured it out better than anybody of his generation figured it out, and it just I don't know. I guess I've never figured out anything that good, but if you figure out something that good, I imagine it would be it would become boring, kind of like tic tac toe. After a while, like you figure out tic tac toe, there's only so many options, and all the games are going to end in a draw unless you get bored and aren't paying attention. Bones with the super chat. Appreciate you there, Bones. There is the fist bump. Michael McDowell says he will be my dark horse favorite. He seems like a good guy. I went to Aaron's. I want Aaron's to sponsor him again, says T-Van. Those Aaron's cars were not terrible back in the day. The Mark Martin 55 and the 00 for David Ruderman. They were pretty good looking schemes from time to time. Let's see. Jordan is one of the greatest athletes of all time and one of the worst tippers of all time as well. And that's a fact, says Ken. Jordan probably disappointed in the state of the NBA these days too, says Sonny V. It could be. I mean, that could be part of it, or it could just be one of those deals. I mean, I guess that could play into it. I never thought about that. Ty Gibbs for the win, says Thomas Haywood. Ty Gibbs has a fast car. Like I said, couldn't get his qualifying lap in, so that'll be interesting. I have a 2021 physical copy of the rule book from a team which shall not be mentioned, says Black Puss. So there you go. He got the inside scoop there. I hear you, brother. I need to. I guess I could get my hands on an old one if I ran it up the chain. NASCAR can't post the rules because they'll open themselves up to more criticism. I don't think they can. I'm just going to be an asshole about it. Like I don't think they can post the rules because they can't change them when they feel like it. So I feel like that's part of it too. It's hard to make it up as you go if you actually post actual rules. NASCAR rule book is one page with one line in it. Make it up to suit the day, says Shaw. So Shaw's on board with me. First last saying Truex for the win, so he's going with Truex here today. Lots of NBA hottie cheerleaders are with the NASCAR drivers. I think Austin Dillon's, or maybe it was Ty Dillon, one of them, maybe both of them. I think Ty Dillon's wife was a Hornets cheerleader. Austin Dillon, I think, was a Tennessee Titans cheerleader. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. Let's see. Bumblebee saying, "What's up, Bones? What's up, Bones?" The Xfinity race was a close one on who was in and who was out. It says Camaro 50. That's for sure. I used to love both. We're both metalheads and drummers. His personality and media drama killed it for me. Says say Kyle, not Cal. Yeah, there's I don't know. There's a lot of people that feel that way. There's no doubt about it. Especially, I would say right around the time that I mean, obviously the Talladega incident was one big thing, but I feel like there was even a different turn when what are they called? When the two documentaries came out. I feel like a lot of people got polarized with those two. There's also a footnote. Whoops. I got to put says there's also a footnote that says in the event cars are tied in owners points, the car with the higher finishing position in the previous race will be given the higher starting position. There you go. They got it down. The lawyers got it down to a T. The Roval is not going away. Is it? I see it on the schedule for 2024. Yep, it's not going away, and that's the reason I didn't go to it this year. Because as soon as I saw it was coming back for next year, I was like, all right, I will put it off one more year. I do want to see it one time before I leave the planet. So I probably next year I'll go watch the Roval race because it's just one of those things. You don't know how long it's going to be around. I missed Bristol Dirt. I'll never see Bristol Dirt, even though it wasn't the greatest thing on earth. I did kind of want to see it one time. I wanted to see the train wreck one time before it stopped moving. That's what say Kyle and I. That's why I say Kyle and I are friends. Says Bumblebee. She's a metalhead too. Huffman not going back to Nelson Racing. Says Thomas. Hey, well, yeah, I saw that. So Barry Nelson got a paid driver in there. I think it's Connor Hall. I think Connor Hall is going to drive there next year. So it is what it is. Barry gave him. Barry's a good dude. And Barry gave him Barry Nelson, by the way, is a good dude. And he gave Landon Huffman a great opportunity, and Landon is super appreciative of it. He wasn't trying to take any stabs at Barry Nelson or anything like that. He was just saying he's disappointed that he won't be back because it is a great team, a great organization. In a Cars Tour late models is what we're talking about. The number 22 used to be driven by Bobby McCarty, and I think next year will be driven by Connor Hall. But Landon, he's had quite a bit of success over there in that thing. So it all worked out, and hopefully it continues to work out for Landon Huffman going forward. Super nice guy from my dealings with him. NASCAR rulebook page 1, Hendrick Motorsports is never wrong, says Jenna Allison. I think a lot of people would agree with you there. When I retired, I have zero interest in what I did for work. Glad it's behind me, says Shaw. Yeah, that's another thing. Like once you do something for so long, after a while, you're just like, whatever. I'm not retired by any means, but I used to do IT. If somebody brings a computer to me now, I give the biggest eye roll, and I'm like, like I hate it. I just don't want to do it. I did it when I had to do it, and if I had to do it again, I would do it. But it would not be my first pick for a career. As much as I don't like Truex, I predict him to win today. Says Jamie Schweitzer. They get yeah, it's not his best track, but he does have a fast car. All of the Toyotas have been really good at road courses this year. You can tell they spent the money in the offseason to get good at road courses again. Yet they penalized the hell out of Hendrick twice this year, says Bumblebee. And they got it overturned, and they still found a way to penalize them. So it goes both ways. It's all part of being a fan. Depending on who you pull for. Now that NASCAR has explained and shown, I remember back in the day, everybody used to Earnhardt get special treatment. So, but then he would also get black flagged and sit at the back of the field. So it's all in who you pull for. The only thing consistent about NASCAR's judgments and rulings is that NASCAR's judgment and rulings are inconsistent. So you can pick either side to argue. Now that NASCAR has explained and shown the 4-window stuff. Do you still buy Rodney's poor me? We didn't do anything wrong. They just came loose explanation. Or do you think they were cheated up intentionally? I think they just came loose, to be honest, because typically in the past when he's gotten caught cheating, he'll just be like, yeah, I thought it was a gray area. This one, he would admit that he did it. Rodney is a member. Appreciate you. Welcome aboard, Rodney. He would just admit to doing it and not really put up much of a fuss. This time he's just like, this is the stupidest thing ever. They backed out. Like he wasn't trying to go for an advantage. And where it was at, arrow-wise, I don't think that would be an advantage. I think it would actually hinder them if it was up there because it would cause drag in an area that you don't want drag. You want, in that particular area that it's going over, you want it to be laminar or laminar air, which means it's close to the thing. So I don't really see where that would be any type of advantage to them. That being said, I'm not an aerodynamics expert on this particular car or anything else, to be fair. So if he was going for an advantage, it's super suspect that he would be trying to go for some type of advantage. But the opportunity here, like every catastrophe is an opportunity. The opportunity here is for Rodney Childers to get sponsored by Loctite. Rodney Childers should get ahead, get like some conversation going with Loctite and make light of this situation and get him some extra sponsor money. He could get a little Loctite emblem on his crew chief jersey or whatever. My generation grew up wanting to be like Mike. This generation is growing up trying to be like Denny, says Ken. So there you go. Yep, that was the old Gatorade commercial. That was a pretty catchy song or whatever. A lot of people sung it back in the day. NASCAR rulebook. We will NASCAR when we want to NASCAR. F around and find out. Says like dislike. I can't disagree with that. Bubba is in a lot of people's minds. He has done good this year, says Thomas Haywood. Yeah, so a lot of people are going to be like super mad if he makes it to the round of 8, or if he doesn't make it to the round of 8. Like either way, people are going to be super happy or super mad. That's what I'm saying. He's super polarizing. It's just like when Joey Logano won the championship last year. Some people were so mad. Slap Shoes just released a video today talking about the Hail Melon, and he referenced Joey Logano winning the championship, and he called it the worst possible outcome. So like. Joey Logano polarizing, just like, those other drivers I mentioned, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace. So whenever they do something good, it is the worst day in some people's lives. That's just that's part of the fun of being a fan, though. Man saying LOL Ken, hi Evie, I have to DM you my old band and let me know what you think. Says Say Kyle. So, hey, there you go, Say Kyle. With the you got a band, you got to let me know something, man. Like we can might be able to use some of your music if it's not copyrighted. on one of the videos. Let's go, Tyler. What's up, BB? Hope your day stays chill. Enjoy the race, y'all, says Joey, for the win. I think Tyler Reddick has a good chance of winning. I just, for whatever reason, typically when somebody has a car this fast, there's something stupid that always happens and they don't win. So that's why I'm like not picking it. I just feel like he's not going to win this race. Like, I don't know. Does that make any sense? Do you guys feel that way? Like, a lot of times when somebody has like a freakishly fast car like this, they hardly ever win. So that's my thought process on why I think somebody else is going to win the race. Megadeth says Jenna Allison. This is live, brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's is pretty good. The old a lot of people get the what is it, the 13? The 13 seems to be everybody's favorite. Everybody's getting the 13 when they go in there. I get the California Club or whatever it's called. I worked at Starbucks for 11 years, says Jen Allison. Why are the youth of our nation so lazy? I don't know. It could be constantly staring at a screen or something. I don't know. I feel like youth are always lazy though. You don't get you don't understand the importance of work ethic until you actually have to earn money and buy stuff for yourself. So that's part of it. Harvick's Windows solution, use Loctite, says Shaw. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just use the green thread and it'll never come out ever again. Let's see, the green color one. Say Kyle, go for it, says Bumblebee. Thomas Haywood, I love the hat, BB. Yeah, so hopefully the Niners can get it done today. Big game with the Cowgirls. EB, I'll send it after the live stream. Appreciate it, say Kyle. A loose window is a safety issue, is what I got out of the penalty, not an advantage thing. Oh, that could be like that's fair enough. That's fair enough, Shaw. I hadn't even thought about that aspect of it. So yeah, off would be bad. I was in Daytona when Robbie Gordon's hood flew off and into the crowd, so I was actually there. It happened several rows below me. I was in the Winston Tower, I think is what it's called. The one that's really high up. Let's see. How about releasing pressure in the car on the 4 car last week, creating more downforce? It could do that if it was located in a different spot. This is right over where it happened, is right over top of where the air goes in. So actually in that spot, it's blocked off to let any pressure out of the car. So yeah, but I do get what you're saying. Typically, if you wanted to let pressure out of the car, though, I think you would do it at the rear window. But don't quote me on it. Don't quote me on it. The pressure isn't going to overcome the force against the windshield. That's what I'm saying. You would put it at the back. You would put it at the rear window. I think I tweeted a picture of Rodney Childers. No, it was in the video about North Wilkesboro. I showed a picture of Rodney Childers' late model car, how it had a hole cut out in the rear glass right in the middle, and that's exactly what he was doing in that particular 62 car. Of Lane Riggs now, who finished, I think, second last night. I think Bobby McCarty was third in the car store race. Deke McCaskill. Shout out to Deke McCaskill, one of the nicest guys in late model racing. He won the car store race at South Austin last night. And even got a shout out from Dale Jr. So that was super cool for sure. The pressure isn't going to overcome the force. I just read that one. I would like to see Rodney Childers, crew chief for Kyle Busch. that would be something else. I mean, Randall Burnett's pretty good. So let's not. Randall Burnett's pretty good crew chief. I don't know that I would want to get rid of him anytime soon. Hi guys, any of y'all watched the Bathurst 1000 last night? I didn't watch it. I forgot all about it being on, and I whiffed on that one. Should have watched it though. BB was in I was in a metalcore band from 2012 to 2017. Never big enough to be in copyright territory, and I'm the only one from the band that would hear it on your channel. Says I say, Kyle. Hey, so there you go. We will definitely use it then. I will just have to find the right song or songs and put it on one of the more extended videos when I get to cranking on them. Hopefully after the season's over, but I am working on one right now because I feel like I can do that one pretty quick. I'm working on the richest owners in NASCAR, so I'm working on that one. So hopefully that one will be done this week. And I'm saying that now to put pressure on myself to finish it this week. When the cars are going slow for the choose cone, can a driver in like 30th pass them or for not maintaining pace car speed? I think you can. If they don't maintain speed, I think you can pass them. I think that is legal. The windshield already has a huge vent in it, so I don't see loose nuts doing much. Yeah, in that particular spot where it happened, I don't think they were doing anything. But if you did it on the rear windshield, that's where I would think you would gain some advantage there. Let's see. My other guys, unfortunately, we're not NASCAR fans. Says Kyle. Amongst musicians, it's actually pretty rare for them to be into NASCAR, unless maybe you get some old school Nashville type bluegrass. Sometimes they'll be into it. I can't stand Logano, but being a good sister-in-law, I bought her a 22 championship license plate. So there you go, Jenna Allison, being a good sister-in-law, hooking up with the license plate there. Watching F1 right now. Both Mercedes came in contact on the first lap. Safety car is out. Oh, that is terrible. That is terrible. Probably Max Verstappen is going to win another one there. So we'll have to see who finishes second. Forgot who it was, but the NASCAR guy showing the window bolt said they lock in and can't just rattle out or back out, says Kyle. I don't know. Loose nuts are the NASCAR officials, says Jenna Allison. I've never even looked at how they attach them. So maybe in the future you just go with rivets. So maybe if you just rivet the windows in, that's cut and dry, right? So just use rivets. Anyone else watch the Joy kickball game? I saw some of Bob Pockrass's highlights, but I didn't watch the actual game. Kickball with Kurt Busch. Says Jenna Allison. Chrome Diesel, I'm sorry you're watching paint dry. I hate F1, says T-Van. I like F1. It's just not the most exciting on-track product that you'll ever see. Larson is starting in the rear due to wrecking during qualifying. Yep. And statistically, not a great track for him other than the win. It should be fun watching him race his way up to the front. I hope he doesn't wreck. Me too. That would just be a bad day. But it's the playoffs, and it happens. But we have seen in the past if Kyle Larson can get in, it's specifically at this track, actually, he will get in. Remember when he actually rode the wall, the very first actual wall ride? He rode the wall to get into the playoffs. Not as exciting as Ross Chastain, who rode the wall. By the way, Slap Shoes has a video out talking about the wall ride, so you guys should check that one out. I watched it this morning. It was a really good video. Or I say this morning, I probably watched it like 11 a.m. or something like that. Let's see. I had to step out for a bit. BB merch store. Oh yeah. So if you want to check out the merch store where you can get none of this stuff, but you can get hats similar to that, but not that actual hat. And we got T-shirts and stickers, and coming soon, sweatshirts or hoodies and tank tops. I'm predicting at least 2 separate fist fights today, says Jamie Schweitzer. That's a good. There's a good chance that happens. Chirp says Stephen Roofer. Yes, old Squeak's still back here somewhere. Not Squeak. I put Squeak over here. Good morning to y'all from North Idaho, says Cassandra. What's up, Cassandra? Good to have you on here as always. Kickball is like baseball, but kicking. That's a fact, Jenna Allison. Dodgeball would be more interesting. Oh, there you go. Like that's what we need. A dodgeball with like an oversized ball, so that nobody actually got hurt. Because some people with the old rubber dodgeball like that, they got way too aggressive and took out all their hates on the weaker players. Shaw says interesting. Dodgeball was the original anger release when you were in like elementary school. I don't know if you can even still play dodgeball. We got so bad. We were so mean about it back in elementary school that they made us go to like Nerf soccer balls. We went to these Nerf spongy soccer balls because we were just smoking people in the face with the red rubber ball, and it got bad. I think parents had to step in, so we had to go to Nerf soccer balls. And I remember, and we would play with something called enders, which typically there's just 2 teams. But when you got out, you went to the back. So like the team over here could throw it over top and they could do it. And I got one day. This is, thank God, by the way, this is when we had gone to the Nerf soccer ball. And this dude like smoked me in the face so hard that the actual Nerf ball, I guess they were glued together in the center. The glue in the center broke apart. He broke a Nerf ball on my face. Like he smoked me. It was so funny. Like if that had been a rubber ball though, I probably would have been concussed. Back in the day, there were no rules. We didn't know about concussions back in the day either. So good morning, North Idaho. That was such a tangent. Sorry about that. Back to racing. Good morning, North Idaho from Washington State. I think Pockrass had the video up. NASCAR official had a bolt and an A-frame piece and showed that what they saw and explained it. Says Kyle. I'm just watching for Ferrari memes, regardless, before I tune in for the Roval. Yeah, hopefully Ferrari has a actual good strategy and stops doing the crazy strategies. My favorite moment of the Roval was Larson just clanging the car off every wall to pick up a few spots in advance. That's it. That's the one I'm talking about, B. 100%. Michael Jordan playing dodgeball would be awesome. Oh, my God. He would destroy people. Roofer, good morning, says Jen Allison. Rest in peace to the legend Squeak, young Squeak, old Squeak, whatever you want to call him. Over there, he's still hanging in. He's just been retired. He's been retired from all this and all this. There's no Squeak. It's hopefully. Let's see. Some people play dodgeball like there's an NFL scout in the room. Says I say Kyle. There's no doubt about it. I'd definitely be down to binge on a dodgeball tournament on the Ocho. Says Ken, dodgeball to the face was brutal. Says Shy. I got BB sticker and 2 shirts. Everyone go support. Says T-Man. Hey, I appreciate you, T-Man. Thanks, man. I'm going to give you a fist bump for that, dude. I appreciate it. The stickers are underrated, man. The stickers are actually pretty good. I need to start showing them because what they look like in real life because they're pretty cool. Let's see. Hi, Roofer, BB Jenna, and Bumblebee, and Chrome Diesel says Cassandra, San Francisco fan. Okay, unsub says MBR. Yeah, it's not that serious, but it's okay. Are you a Cowboys fan? That's my question because I feel like the Cowboys have the most fans overall. Hey, Cassandra says B. If you ain't been dodgeballed in the face, you ain't lived. Says Jenna Allison. I like your style. I agree with you 100% there, Jenna. Not a Dallas fan. New sub here then. Says Thomas Haywood. LOL. Nobody clips that ball to the face line. BB. Says Roofer, there's terrible maroon balls. The smaller ones hurt. Yeah, actually, the smaller the ball, like the more density, the bigger it would actually like flex on your face. The smaller ones, when you got enough air pressure in them, it's one notch below a brick. Let's see. Before they ruined everything with insurance, we had giant snowball fights in school. It got ugly. Ice balls. That's what I was fixing to say, Robin Marks. There was always some jerk that would put an ice ball in it, or just pick up an actual rock and put snow around it. After a kid got one in the face, they got banned. Yeah, I've been there too, Robin Marks. Lawyers ruin everything, says Jenna. Who wants some Carolina style barbecue? It's what's for dinner. Hey, Carolina style barbecue is where it's at all the time. I like your style there, B. Same here, Robin. Weekend long snowball fights between 2 colleges. I was in the South, so we didn't get a weekend long. Normally, the most we got was like a day of it, and then it was mostly gone by the next day. Overtime will likely be reality in today's race, says Jamie Schweitzer. EV over there with barbecue, while I'm just over here trying not to burn ramen noodles, says Kyle. Yeah, I feel you on that one. Let's see. Happy race day from Kentucky, says Mr. Pearson. What's up, Mr. Pearson? And what's up, Kentucky? EV, home of the Corvette. Kentucky has the Corvette Museum, by the way. And it's right beside a racetrack, and you can rent a Corvette to take around it's a circuit track, not the actual oval racetrack. Bumblebee roast beef today is a Canuck thing. Thanksgiving. Is it Canadian Thanksgiving today? That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. Say Kyle, Daddy, and Uncle Joey been cooking all day. Hey, there you go. That's a fact. You got to start pretty early in the morning to get barbecue. Let's see. I'm making the sides. I've been dodgeball to the face with a rubber ball. Hurt like hell, but I'm still standing for sure. Say Kyle saying nice. Frozen tennis balls. Playing street hockey were nasty to the nuts. Says Shy. Oh, I never played street hockey, but I can only imagine. That's a rough one. NASCAR plot twist, playoff dodgeball fight to advance to the championship round. Yeah, that's the tiebreaker. Like if anybody ties, they have a snowball dodgeball fight. Let's see here. Cassandra saying, "What's up to Robin? What's up, Bologna Burger? What's up in between the lanes? Good to see you on here." Wire lawyers buried 12 feet down instead of the traditional 6 feet because deep down they're good people. Says say Kyle. I was going to say because it's a quicker trip to hell, but I don't know. Race dinner. Sorry if you're a lawyer. I'm just joking. Race dinner for me, salmon and salad. Dinner for the husband. Anything covered in hot cheese. That being said, lawyers have helped me out with a lot of alleged situations by the state of North Carolina. Race dinner for me, salmon and salad. Dinner for the husband, anything covered in hot cheese. Hey, a little Velveeta makes everything better most of the time. Skip throwing punches on pit road. Dodgeball game to decide it, says Mr. B. Or MBR, sorry about that. Yeah, that would, instead of a penalty box, you just go in there with a dodgeball and you work it out. Wife and I are planning on doing the Corvette plant pilgrimage in 2027 when the baby is a little older, to drop off with my mom for a week or so. LOL. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool for sure. And I've heard it's a pretty great experience. So I definitely, it's on my list. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but it's definitely on my list of things I want to accomplish before peacing out. Say Kyle, that's a good one. Says Jenna Allison. And oh yeah, if I do have a poll question up. If you want to vote on the poll question, who's getting in that is currently below the cutoff line right now? 53%, overwhelming. Tyler Reddick is the people think has the best chance. Bubba Wallace at 5%, 19% for Ross Chastain, and 24% for KFB. So looking like the two leaders there at 19. So pretty three-way tie, but nobody giving Bubba Wallace a chance to get in here today. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Race day is always a good day, says In Between the Lanes. Yeah, I do agree with you 100% on that one. All right. Looks like we have gotten to the end of the comments here. So I will check you guys after this race. Hope your favorite driver does well and transfers or wins the race today if they're already out of it or whatever. And I'll catch you guys maybe an hour or so after this one ends. Check you later. Peace.